Are the Maano Wave T1 mini wireless lavalier microphones worth it? Well, that's what we're going to be exploring in today's episode, and we're going to compare them to the IIQ wireless lavalier microphones I got from Amazon a couple years ago, and I've since broken the charging case if you can't tell. So I know what these sound like, and I'm not the most impressed, so that's why Maano decided to sponsor this video so that they can restore my faith in lavalier microphones. So we're going to explore the capabilities, the features, and everything, and again, test out the quality between the two, and we'll see if these are worth it to help enhance my podcasting experience on the go. So here we have the Maano Wave T1 Mini Wireless AI wireless lavalier microphones, Type C type, since I'm an Android user. They do have them in the Lightning version as well if you're an iPhone. But here we have AI 4-step noise reduction, CD sound quality, professional tuning, AI voice change, small and portable, 6 hours of battery life, 100 meters of wireless transmission. That's about 328 feet if I'm remembering correctly. And you can charge your device while you're using the dongle receiver. So I have already opened this up. I repackaged it for this since I didn't really expect to do a product review. So here we go. Of course, we've got our handy dandy manuals. So it lets us know how everything works and how to pair everything if they fall off. So this is actually really cool. So you can actually press a button on the microphone and the dongle to pair the microphones if they fall off for some reason. So you also have different indicator colors for if it's just normal or if you're using noise reduction. And you can activate it by pressing the button on the side of that, or you can even press it on the bottom of the receiver, and you can actually change the level of noise reduction. So click once, twice, 3 times, or even 4 times to get the highest level of noise reduction. So we're going to be checking that out here in just a minute. I'm excited about that. But you can use it with a camera, your phone, so on and so forth. I did get the one that does not have the charging case, so we'll discuss how we charge that in just a second. In this one, definitely pay attention to, because if you're an Android user like me, there is some important information here for making it work proper. For me, I didn't necessarily have to do that, and I can't find that setting, but I also have a Kyocera phone, so that may be why. Now, if we go ahead and open this up, again, I've already opened this entirely, so I just repackaged it. It does come with this handy dandy Maano traveling case. So, if we go ahead and dump everything out, we can see what is in here. So, that is not the right dongle. That is actually the one for the IIQs. So I got a little excited to do this video. So the dongle for the Maano is actually this smaller one right here. So as you can see, it actually has an indicator for which microphone is connected, and those are the indicator lights that we'll look at here in a second. Here is the linking and AI button. So if you need to relink your microphone and receiver, it's right there, or if you want to adjust the noise reduction. And it has the port on the side so that you can still charge your device while you're using it. Pretty handy. Now, first up, these little guys, and by little I mean they are smaller than the first digit of my thumb, or right at the same size. So they've got 2 little magnets on the bottom for their charging port, a really sturdy clip, like it's almost the entire thing. The clip is the microphone. That it's crazy, it's so small. We've got a little windscreen and doesn't come off very easily, so I'm not even going to try to pull it off. But it does actually come with two extra windscreens just in case you lose it or anything like that. So we've got our two microphones right there, and this is actually how you charge them if you don't have the charging case. So I thought this was really cool because I was really worried like I'd have to get something special, but no, you just make sure that you line it up to where the clip's on that bigger side, and it just sits right in, and it actually clicks and holds really well. So I'm actually trying to knock it out. I felt it move just a little bit trying to get out, but I mean, you're supposed to not be moving it while it's charging, you know. But aside from that, that's how you charge them. And here is the power and AI function button right there. So it's pretty small, right in the middle of the body. So as long as you can find it on your person, it's okay. So one thing I really do want to highlight though on that end is the size of these things, because I mean, let's face it, whenever I have a lavalier microphone on, the last thing I want is to be knocking that microphone all over the place, creating all this extra noise. And that is the size of the IIQ lavalier microphones that I've had in the past, and I guess still have, technically. So it is quite literally half the size. The clip is definitely different, so yeah, smaller, and so this one has two charging ports right here for the case itself, and then you can charge it this way too, but you don't really need that for this. However, that may have been a good insight, but there's just not a lot of room to add that, so that's totally fine. And I mean, 6 hours of battery life for these guys, I'm not going to run out in a single recording session. This one screen comes off really easy, but you can put it back on pretty easy too. But I mean, it pops off super duper easy. And this one, like, it's folding into itself, so like I can't even get a good grip on it. So I don't think it's coming off anytime soon, at least very easily. But these do have a mute feature, so you can actually cut it off while you're talking if you want, and it has noise reduction capabilities as well, but you don't have the extra stuff that these guys have whenever you use the Maono Link app on your phone. So let's go ahead and plug these in and see how they compare, and we will essentially just see how they work. And we'll also throw on this little desk fan in the background and see if the AC kicks on, so we can definitely test out the background noise reduction. Alright, so we've got the IIQ lavalier microphone right here, and I can feel it brushing up on my neck, so I don't want to move around too much. But here we go. This is the IIQ wireless lavalier microphones without noise in the background, as little as can be, and without the noise reduction. I'm turning on the desktop fan to high. So, hello. This is the second test for the IIQ wireless lavalier microphones. And turning on noise reduction. This is now with the noise reduction on the IIQ wireless lavalier microphones. So let's test out the Maono Wave T1 Mini and see how they compare. Now we are testing with the Maono Wave T1 Mini wireless lavalier, and first up, I can't feel it on my neck. I don't mind moving around without fear of anything coming on. The AC just turned on, so we're going to just have that as the background noise for the test of the noise reduction instead of the desktop fan. So it is a little bit louder, unfortunately. So this should be a good test for the noise reduction capabilities. So let's go ahead and say that this is the test with no audio enhancements whatsoever, and we're pressing the dongle once. Sorry, I had to turn it all the way off. So this is turning it on. This is the level 1 noise reduction with the Maono Wave T1 Mini. This is noise level reduction 2. Said that weird, but there you go. We are now on level noise reduction level 3, so a little bit better. I'm hoping for everyone out there listening, because I'm not listening in real time. And last but not least, the deep or 4th level of noise reduction of the Maono Wave T1 Mini Wireless. So each one has a little bit more noise reduction, and now we're going to hop on over to the Maono Link app to check out the rest of the special features that come with the little microphones. So this is the Maono Link app. First up, you can see we have the microphone battery life for 1 and 2. And then we have the microphone gain, which is really cool. I love this aspect. So if I want to reduce some background noise without turning on the noise reduction, I can just lower the gain. I may have to talk a little louder to compensate, but less background noise. And then we can talk about normal level or even a little softer if we have someone that just wants to whisper. But we'll just leave it at 9 for right now, happy medium. Now, again, the noise reduction, you can turn it on in the app, or you can just press it, the little button on the bottom of the receiver, and activate it all the way up to deep just by pressing a simple button. But here's the voice coloration. So we have voice enhancer. Now we have warmth. Now we have brightness. Now we have husky. And it looks like my app broke a little bit. So normally that doesn't happen. So apologies. But now we have the voice changer. So we were on original, no changes whatsoever. And first up we have
the baby voice. The baby voice is the first up.
Now we have uncle. I don't know whose uncle this is supposed to sound like, but it's not one of mine.
Now we have goddess. I don't know exactly what this is supposed to sound like either, but here you go.
So that is the Maono Link app for the phone. And again, you can just do a lot without it, but to really unlock the full potential of these microphones, you need to use it. So that concludes our test for the Maono Wave T1 Mini Wireless AI Lavalier Microphones. So if you liked this, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment of what you thought was the coolest feature or what you'd like to see me test with. And then we'll also go ahead and test these out again, like I said, Podcast Movement 2025. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next episode. And we'll see you around until then. Oh, but love yourself and love those around you too if you can. So, Schlan.